We are following breaking news of a fire in the East County, a couple of miles from the U.S.-Mexico border. It started off Coyote Holler Road near Potrero, which is 5 miles north of the Mexican city of Tecate.
As of right now, the fire's burnt 200 acres and is threatening some structures near Horizon View and Potrero Road. An hour ago, the fire was at about 100 acres.
Right now, evacuation orders are in place for homes near the fire. A temporary shelter is set up at Mountain Empire High School. That's in Pine Valley. Welcome to the 4. Thanks for joining us. I'm Heather Myers.
And I'm Jesse Pagan in for Carlo Cicchetto today. Our crews are on scene right now.
Joining us now is CBS 8's Steve Fiorina with the very latest. Steve, what have you learned?
We know that there are evacuation orders and evacuation warnings. We have not seen too many people leave the area. We saw some people standing in the yard over here. I talked to a man over here. If you look behind me, you can see the smoke that's on that ridge. That is where the Coyote Pass is located. That's they're calling it the Coyote Fire. We have seen helicopters dropping water. There are 3 lakes around here. We've also seen tanker making drops of fire retardant. It looks to me as though they have made some headway, but it's not out by any stretch. As you said, it's grown from 100 to 200 acres. Some of the residents are keeping an eye out. They say they are worried. We've got video from much closer than we're able to shoot from right here, and you can see there are some helicopter drops as they hit Potrero Pond, Barrett Lake, and Lake Morena. These helicopters sent out at a moment's notice as soon as something like this happens, because the wind, for instance, right now has picked up probably another 10 miles an hour from when I started speaking. So they're very worried about the possibility of the wind shifting, it coming back down this direction. They are ready to go. However, another concern voiced by a resident here is that if power is shut off, they use well water. They have no way to fight a fire if it were to come close to their homes. So they are very, very wary of what may happen. Most of them keeping an eye out, but I haven't seen too many people busting down the highway and heading over to the high school parking lot. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll get closer and find out more as we go. But as of right now, structures threatened. We have heard nothing about any being consumed by fire. That may come at any moment. You never know. If they're threatened and you're told to leave, best to take their advice. Live near Potrero, Steve Fiorina, CBS 8.
And it's certainly hot out there for firefighters, Steve. Also, the humidity levels are elevated as we're waiting for the storm to come in. What are the other conditions that they're up against?
We've got, as we said, stiff winds, and winds never continue one direction. They shift. And that's part of what the firestorms create more wind by the swirling motion that comes from that. So the helicopters, the planes, they're all making sure that they are as safe as can be. You know, we had that fatal accident a couple of weeks ago, and so that has got to be on everyone's mind as the spotter planes and the helicopters and the tankers are all working in unison, as well as some ground crews. We've seen some trucks go through going code. So they're doing everything they can to make sure that this stops at 200 acres if possible.
And not just dangerous for the people nearby, but also the firefighters fighting the fire. Got to keep an eye out for every condition there. Steve Fiorina live for us on those breaking news of that fire down there. Steve, thank you.